If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. The NBA world is buzzing once again, and this time the Golden State Warriors are right in the center of the storm. According to emerging reports, the Warriors are showing serious interest in signing a $127 million Oklahoma City Thunder superstar in what could become one of the biggest moves of the offseason. This shocking rumor has fans wondering if Golden State is about to make another aggressive push to maximize Stephen Curry's remaining championship window, especially now that they've brought in veteran big man Al Horford to stabilize the frontcourt. The Golden State Warriors, once the unbeatable dynasty that terrorized the league, are now on a mission to regain their lost throne. After several up and down seasons and disappointing playoff exits, the pressure is mounting on the front office to deliver a roster capable of winning now, not in a few years. With Stephen Curry still performing at an elite level, Draymond Green's leadership, and the recent addition of Horford's experience, it seems the Warriors want to make one more all-in run before their core ages out. And adding a $127 million Thunder superstar could be the final piece of that puzzle. So, who is this mysterious OKC star everyone's talking about? Reports indicate that the Warriors have been eyeing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the dynamic guard who has transformed into one of the league's top scorers and playmakers. SGA, who's currently on a 5-year, $172 million contract, has been leading the Thunder's rise as a Western Conference contender. But as with every young, talented team, there are always questions about fit, timing, and long-term direction, and the Warriors might see an opportunity to swoop in and steal a superstar who could help them right now. Imagine the combination, Stephen Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander sharing the backcourt, with Horford providing veteran presence in the paint. It's a scary thought for any defense in the league. Curry's off-ball movement combined with SGA's downhill explosiveness could create one of the most versatile and unstoppable offensive duos in modern basketball. Defenses wouldn't know whether to guard Curry's deep-range shooting or Shai's slashing drives to the rim, and that's exactly the kind of dynamic Golden State has been missing. But the big question is, could the Warriors actually pull off such a blockbuster move? Financially, it's a tight situation. The Warriors are already among the league's highest spenders, with massive luxury tax bills piling up year after year. To make space for a contract of SGA's magnitude, the front office would likely need to part ways with key players or young assets like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, or even Andrew Wiggins. And that's where things get complicated because those players represent the team's bridge to the future. Sources close to the Warriors' management say that the organization has been internally debating whether to keep building around their young core or go all in for one last title chase with Curry. General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. reportedly believes the team can't waste any more seasons while their superstar point guard is still capable of carrying the offense. The Warriors want to give Curry every possible chance to compete for one more championship, and that means making bold moves even if it means saying goodbye to fan favorites. Now, if you're wondering why the Thunder would even consider trading away their franchise cornerstone, it's important to remember that the NBA is full of surprises. Oklahoma City has one of the deepest young rosters in the league, including talents like Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and Josh Giddey. At some point, they'll need to make tough decisions about who to build around. If the Thunder front office sees a chance to get a combination of elite prospects and draft capital from a team like Golden State, they might just entertain the idea. For the Warriors, it's not just about adding another scorer, it's about finding someone who can take the pressure off Curry. Last season, we saw Curry forced to carry far too much of the offensive load. Klay Thompson struggled with inconsistency, Andrew Wiggins battled through injuries and personal challenges, and Jordan Poole's departure left a hole in shot creation. Even with Draymond Green's playmaking and leadership, the Warriors often looked stagnant on offense when Curry wasn't on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could instantly change that. He's young, athletic, and capable of creating his own shot, something this Warriors roster desperately needs. Adding Al Horford this offseason was a smart veteran move, but it was only the beginning. Horford provides defense, leadership, and shooting, but he's not a star anymore. The Warriors need a co-star, a player who can stand next to Curry and make the team a legitimate contender again. And that's where the idea of bringing in SGA becomes so enticing. He's not only a current All-NBA player, but he's also in his prime, with the kind of two-way ability that fits perfectly with Steve Kerr's system. Fans have already started imagining what a lineup featuring Curry, SGA, Wiggins, Draymond, and Horford would look like. It's balanced, versatile, and full of basketball IQ. The only issue is whether Golden State has enough assets left to make the Thunder listen. Kuminga has been the name most often mentioned in trade talks, and after his breakout performances last season, his value is at an all-time high. The Warriors know it would hurt to lose him, but winning another championship might be worth the sacrifice. Social media has exploded with reactions to this rumor. Some fans are calling it a dream scenario, while others think it's unrealistic given Oklahoma City's future plans. Many believe SGA is untouchable, the face of the franchise. But let's not forget, we've seen crazier trades happen before. Just a few years ago, nobody thought Kevin Durant would ever leave Golden State, and yet he did. Nobody thought James Harden would be traded multiple times, and yet here we are. Anything can happen in today's NBA. If this deal were to materialize, it could shift the entire balance of power in the Western Conference. The Warriors would instantly return to title contention status, while the Thunder could retool around their other young stars with even more assets for the future. It's a classic win-win scenario if both sides are bold enough to pull the trigger. Stephen Curry, for his part, has remained publicly quiet about these trade rumors, but sources close to the team say he's been pushing for more experienced and impactful help. He knows time is ticking. At 37 years old, Curry's window to win another ring is small, but his determination remains unmatched. Bringing in a superstar like SGA would not only extend Curry's championship hopes but could also set up a smoother transition when Curry eventually retires. Al Horford's arrival already sent a strong message that the Warriors are not giving up. They're not rebuilding, they're reloading. The front office believes they still have enough to compete, especially if they can add another elite scorer. Horford's chemistry with Curry has reportedly been great in early team workouts, and adding a player like Shai would only make that connection even stronger. Horford's experience and defensive communication could anchor the team's interior, freeing Curry and SGA to wreak havoc offensively. Of course, there are still many hurdles. The Thunder's asking price would be astronomical, possibly involving multiple first-round picks and at least 2 rotation players. The Warriors would have to convince ownership to swallow another massive luxury tax bill, something they've already struggled with in recent seasons. But if there's one thing Joe Lacob has proven over the years, it's that he's willing to spend when it means winning. Imagine the scene at Chase Center, Stephen Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander lighting up defenses, Al Horford setting perfect screens, Draymond Green orchestrating plays, and the crowd roaring as Golden State returns to dominance. It sounds like a fantasy, but this is the kind of move that could turn fantasy into reality. Whether or not it happens, one thing is clear: the Warriors are not done making noise. This franchise refuses to fade quietly into the background. They're going to keep swinging until they're back on top of the mountain.